All right. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. You know what time it is. It's Strength and Honor Friday, celebrating another end of a week to the year of 2021, as well as celebrating some major victories across the nation. Today is the good news day, right? Everyone loves Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah. We had a saying in the SEAL teams that everyone wants to be a frogman on Friday because, we're coming up on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody wants to be a Patriot on Friday, right? And I don't blame them because we had a really good week.
It's a pretty good week. I'm still hearing music. Or still want to hear music?
Yeah, I got it in the background,
Oh,
trying to be all like high
slick.
tech and smooth. So let's see who we got here. Chris Scott. No, I'm not home yet. What?
No. Like, we're not allowed to start yet.
Oh, yeah, we're
Drinking without you.
Yeah, so I won't cheers you yet till you get home, and then you can sign on.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know how Strength and Honor Friday works, Lauren's dressed appropriately. She's got her Strength and Honor sweatshirt on.
Yes.
Yep, look at that. Strength and Honor Vanguard. Whenever you hear this,
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
you are to toast your favorite beverage, adult or otherwise.
Otherwise.
So, for those of you who don't know, I am Jason Perry, former atheist, former Navy SEAL, former Boston police officer, former bodyguard to billionaire, and redeemed Patriot Crusader now, which is better than all those things, right? And this is my wife.
I'm Lauren Perry, wife, mother, former atheist. What else should I say tonight?
Former liberal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Truth. Reformed.
Reformed in many ways.
Yes.
So,
important ways.
Yeah. And this is, like I said, you're watching Christian Warrior Talk on Patriot Crusader Mission, and this is our Strength and Honor Friday version. So, I want to salute my wife for another amazing. There's Danae.
Hi, Danae.
All
We
right.
can start with saluting.
We'll start with
You
Danae.
can
To
put yours
Danae.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And I see a bunch of other people on here. So if you want to be
If you want to be
cheers,
called out, sound off and say
let us
Strength and
know.
Honor, Happy Friday. Let us know where you're watching, and we'll call you out. We'll call you out. Also today, if you want to call into the show, and
Shay, all right.
oh man, Che, here we go.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Lots to catch up on.
It's inevitable. I'm going to have to flash my Santa PJs and go and get a refill at some point tonight.
Oh man, yes, Lauren is it June yet?
Yes.
Yeah, it's June.
Yep.
Wow. So Lauren in June in the South is still wearing Santa Claus PJs.
That was
Just
my
putting that
commitment
out
to you guys after he blasted me. I said, I'm going to wear them every Friday.
There's
Hi,
the man I wanted to
Steve.
see. So here's how awesome Steve Rowley is, guys. And, he's an amazing dude. He's a great friend of the program and now a friend in real life. He came down to help erect the cross.
Yes.
And he sent us this amazing card and this picture of all the guys who carried the cross.
So awesome. It's
right
beautiful. It's a perfect frame for it, too. It's like this kind of rustic wood frame. It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
so pretty.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to block Lauren's face here.
That's all right.
But such an amazing picture that I wanted you guys to see. That's right after we put that baby up there. We're still covered in mud and breathing hard. And just a great, great event. And Steve, thank you so much.
And the card was really sweet, too. And
yeah, the card, of course.
We're so happy to have you part of the family.
Yep. And looks Brandy hip.
Strength and honor.
Did
Strength
Steve
and
get
honor.
his
Strength
cheers?
and
I don't
honor.
think he did.
We got to get him too. And Steve.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Thanks. Well, I want to tell you something. So you guys who've been with us, fighting for us a long time, sharing, watching, I know some of you have, PCM on automatic playlist when you go to sleep to rack up hours. I just want to let you know your hard work is paid off. We hit 4,000 hours. We submitted for monetization. I'll let you know how that goes. But guys, we have 2 videos. One has got over 36 or 38,000 views.
Yeah.
And then our Christian marriage one, how to fight in a Christian marriage, which if you haven't seen it, it's, you know, I think it's, you know, Lauren's finest hour on this program.
Oh, well, thank you.
She crushed it. And that's up in 30 days, that's up to 30,000 views as well. So again, we're not a million views. We're a small community here. We're shadow banned across everything. So for those to get that traction,
Yeah,
you know, is pretty remarkable, and it says a lot about our fan base. You know, if you look at our average show, we get like 100 views on YouTube, a lot of people, some people on Facebook, some people on the podcast, which I'm really far behind in uploading. And now we're also on Frank, and we also just got put on Overcomers TV, which is on Roku.
is that Hope Report
Apple TV.
or PCM also?
Oh, that's Hope Report. I'm sorry. I got to work on getting PCM over there. So pumped, man. So to you guys for getting us over the 4,000
Strength and
mark.
honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Now we're gonna have to see if YouTube
If they like,
dislikes our content so much that they don't want to pay us for it.
yeah.
I'm not holding my breath on that one.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath either, but you know what?
It's still an accomplishment.
It is. And it still got us noticed to get the job to do the Hope Report, which pays the bills.
Yeah. Yep.
So go, Lauren. I'm still catching up.
What are you catching up on, Shay? Are you the episode? Tonight's episode or the marriage episode? I appreciate it either way.
Yeah, that one's from 3 months ago. I put it on PCM. I reshared it just because you know, I thought that one was what the other one was. How to tell where conservatives should go to move
to East Tennessee when.
No, it wasn't East Tennessee. It was just where to move.
Okay.
You know how to build. How to know where to build your compound is what it basically was.
Mm-hmm.
And that one has got, over 6 months shot up and has been getting the most traction.
Mm-hmm.
But, and that one's great because it's guiding people south into Montana and places like that. And that's fantastic. But the one I'm most fired up for the Lord is, how to fight,
I think that certainly speaks it. That's a needed conversation, needed topic that people are.
Yeah, how to fight in a Christian marriage is so needed across the board. And
oh, sure, that'd be awesome. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I would love to have you.
Bill.
Oh, Bill's here. What up, Bill?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So, Bill, since you're late, drop down and give me 20. But that one of the guys here, Steve Rowley.
Getting green screened.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I see.
Funny.
But there you go. It's that's the guys. It's amazing, and the green screen is popping out the green in the picture.
That's really funny.
But so good. JP, is that a TS t-shirt? If so, I have one. It's autographed. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Great shirts.
It is one of my favorite shirts. I got so many of them because not enough people bought them, so I just wear all my clothes. Like, I don't wear other people's gear. I just wear my own.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
I've got enough of it now.
Yes, you do.
So I'm glad you're drinking coffee, Bill. Stay on the path, my friend. So super pumped about those things, and as far as in the Lord's economy, saving marriages is a pretty cool thing. And hey, John Fares is here.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Awesome.
Strength and honor.
And if Claudia's there in the background, cheers to you too.
Yep. So that's great. I want to see if he texted me back yet. He did.
Yes.
Okay. So guys, you guys are gonna some of you will love this and some of you are gonna laugh. But I got my first invitation to do my first sermon at a church on Father's Day.
No big deal.
No big deal. Yeah.
That's next Sunday.
Next Sunday. And I'm super pumped. And the church it's going to be at is Arcadia Presbyterian in Kingsport. And I don't know what time it is yet.
Come one, come all.
We're going to pack that
building,
place,
guys.
Yeah, we're going to pack that place.
I will do my best to. Should I live stream it, record it?
Oh,
what do you want me to do?
If you can, I mean, we could set it up with a camera to that, or we could set up the iPhone, thing and do that.
So make this communication commitment now. Where will we live stream it to?
We will live stream it. I want to say Instagram because that's where we have the most people, but one of our most loyal supporters isn't on Instagram, and that's Bill. So we'll send it to Facebook.
To Facebook. Okay.
Or why don't we just do it to YouTube?
To YouTube?
Yeah, we'll live stream it to YouTube.
Okay. Bill, do you have YouTube? Because you're always on Facebook. So are you able to get over to YouTube? If I put a link into Facebook? But we'll figure it out. We will determine the logistics ahead of time. We will share the logistics ahead of time. And
if they don't have a live stream, Che, we will set one up.
I doubt he has one.
No, he doesn't have one, so we'll have to set one up. But anyways,
his congregation is kind of like pre-technology age.
Yeah, it's an older congregation. He's very generous, and I work out with him every morning. He's part of the crew that come in here. And he's gone all in on me, and I've gone all in on my relationship with him. And Troy, great to see you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So yes, on Father's Day, I will be doing the sermon at Arcadia Presbyterian. I'm super pumped about that. And then our friends from Calvary, Paul, asked me if I'd be willing to fill in for him when he goes, on vacation or whatnot. So now I've got two places. So
do you have a date for that one, or
I do not. He's going he knows he's going on vacation, and I don't know if he's even covered, but I'm in his stable now. So of course I call Ken, right? Because I'm like freaking out. I'm loving this. I'm like totally whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to say it to Ken and see what he says. If he's like,
what are you doing, Jay?
Yeah, Jay, you're not ready for that. Or anything like that. Here is what Ken said. And I hope he doesn't mind me sharing.
I'm sure he'll be just fine with it.
Personal conversation with me, but I said, I don't know if I told you, but 2 churches have asked me to come preach as a guest after, watching the YouTube channel and whatever. And he's like, wow, do it. I go Father's Day and July. And then in July, when a pastor goes on vacation, he's like, God, Ken always does everything in caps when it's the Lord. God opens such doors. I'm like so humbled and excited. He's like, he entrusts us in such ways. Then I said, of course, recorder like he'll do that. And he was just super supportive. And, so again, hopefully I don't suck. And I go out there and serve the Lord, and I use his words.
And just to answer Bill's question, no, he's not going to be singing a hymn.
No, I do not sing. My voice is pretty terrible. I always wanted Lauren to be the worship pastor because she's got an amazing voice.
I have a shower
and she's
voice.
a musician.
I'm a musician.
Yeah,
I haven't been a musician in a very long time.
Yeah, but it's there.
Used to play the saxophone, but no, I'm a shower singer.
You're not a shower singer. You sing just fine, and I have to catch her. She will not sing for me, so I have to be around the corner. I'll hear it, and I gotta a little crawl up to the kitchen and get down low and peek in there. And there she's singing, cooking for baby B or something, and her voice is amazing.
I can hit a note or two.
See,
not all of them.
No, not all of them, but just stay in your range. If you stay in your range, you are good to go.
Yep. So nope, neither of us are singing hymns in church. I'm staying in my range. And my lane.
Yeah. So anyways, again, I want to thank all you guys for helping to contribute to that as well. And giving me that's part of my confidence stepping forward and doing this. So I'm super pumped. Yes, she can sing. I heard her at the Memorial Day weekend.
When would I have sung at the Memorial Day weekend get together.
Yeah, were you like sitting there like on the side doing something, singing by yourself?
I'm trying to think of what we were singing. Was there music on?
Yes.
I guess maybe I was just singing to a song.
Yeah, maybe you just got caught up in the moment and you let your guard down and the Holy Spirit took you away.
Yeah.
You know, if she wasn't with child, I'd give her a few shots of tequila and she might sing.
Yeah. No.
Who was there on the Lauren had too much tequila episode?
Oh my Lord.
Yes.
Hi, Brett. So okay, so we
Here we got Brett. Here we go.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Oh man. Brett Bull. So this was part of the good news we were going to talk about, was with Clay Parker in New Orleans this past week, back in Dublin, Ohio now. Strength and honor. Pastor Tony Spell rally outside the Fifth Circuit Appeals Court. Just got the news. Yes, he did. He won.
Oh, that's awesome.
He totally is scot-free on all charges and all everything. And
great job, guys.
That was the biggest win this week that I wanted to talk about. And thanks to
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So he's going to be, because it's Father's Day.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing a mentoring, kind of the same stuff he's been talking to you guys about, but just kind of a cohesive message on it. So he's going to nail it. And
I'm going to close with Nehemiah 4:14, which if you don't know, you should know. That's our motto.
Do you want to say it?
Nope. I'm going to let them stew on it. Who knows it? Who knows? Don't use your Google. Your Geagle.
Yeah.
Don't use your Google. I've only had a few sips. I promise, guys. It's just been one of those weeks. So what an amazing thing. The courts appear to be trying to send a message, right? You've had the Supreme Court come out on multiple things now, 9-0, which like never happens, right? So I think they are pushing back on the Dems talking about packing the courts and saying that, we're not ideological, whatever, and I think that what they're trying to do is send a message that you should not pack the court.
Well, at least they can get together to do that.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing, right? Because it'll break the system.
Yeah.
So we have that going. And then if you guys remember on Monday, I kind of went off on what's everyone doing about fighting back and taking our country. And there are so many videos out there right now of awesome parents who are taking it to the Supreme Court, the school boards, and crushing them to their face. It's amazing. Pushing back.
In all areas around the country, too.
Yeah, in liberal bastions. I saw one in New York where this, woman got up. She had a Muslim name. She was a Christian, but her daughter's a Muslim. But, and the teacher said some comments because she's, I guess she's pasty white, like she shouldn't wear shorts because she's too pasty white, and then made some critical race theory stuff. And then, this woman went off. She's like, how dare you teach my child to hate cops? We have our family are police. We've got, family members who've died in the line. How dare you do that? It was awesome. They're trying to shut her down. She's like, I'm not going anywhere. She's like, we have a rule. You only have whatever. She's like, I don't care about your rules. It's not a law.
Yeah.
She's like, you work for us, and then on and on. And then like, she starts naming names and calling out teachers and this, that, and they're like, we don't allow the naming of names.
Okay. Well, good for her. And I'm sure it's gotten a ton of publicity.
Oh my God. And then she was on Greg Kelly, and he had her on after that, and it's just blowing up for her. But that's just one.
Yeah.
I've seen that teacher get up there.
Yes. The teacher one was great.
The teacher one, and she just hammered them with it. They turned off her mic.
Yeah.
And she still kept
as soon as she started talking about the school board, she turned off the mic.
It's time, people. It's time to rise up. I am lucky. I am so blessed and so thankful to live in Johnson City, Tennessee, where I can lock arm and lock shields with patriots all around me who are mobilized, on guard, and pushing back against the left from infringing here. You need to do the same where you're at. And if there isn't one, you need to be the one to start it.
Well, and I think this speaks to, I mean, when we were talking about kind of what to do in not retreating, but kind of you're pulling back to your red state and kind of what can you do? And it's getting on those school boards. We're seeing now how important the school boards are. I mean, that in the power that they have. And so if you can take over the school board with the right messaging and plan, I mean, that would be, all these people wouldn't have to go and appeal and get mad at the school board. You'd be on the same team.
Yeah. And then our good friend Rob Schilling, man, cojones of steel. He went in to vote in the Virginia primaries and refused to put on a mask.
God, isn't that sad? That
And
that's
he wore sunglasses with a camera on them, and then he broke out. Yeah, and then he broke out an iPhone with it as well to get to notify them they were being recorded.
They were sunglasses, okay.
Yeah, and he walked in there, and most people know who he is. Yeah. He's the only conservative radio show talk host.
He's not a very subtle looking guy.
No, he's a hippie looking dude with a mustache and
long hair.
And long hair. But he's very outspoken, diehard Christian conservative, and a very liberal bastion city. And he walks in there, and these two people try to stop him at the door and say, you can't go in there and vote. And he's like, oh, yes, I can. And they're like, no, you can't. You can't come in here like that. He's like, get your hand. You can vote outside. He's like, get your hands off me. You're breaking the law, obstructing my ability to vote. This is voter intimidation. You can't do this. And he blows right past them. Goes in there, and this one guy.
Well, you missed. When was the part of the mask?
Yeah. So then Ann Malik, who is the county board supervisor there, her husband was working the polls, and he's the one telling Rob that he can't go in there. Rob knows who he is, and he's like, what's your name? I'm recording you. Like, Rob whipped out his phone, and he's like no. Covering up his name tag, and then he says his name, something Malik, whatever, Tim Malik or whatever, trying to stop me from voting, and he's yelling at Rob with his mask down to here. And he's like, then Rob turns to him. He's like, you're telling me to wear a mask when your mask is down around your chin? And then he pulls it up, and this other guy tries to body block him, and he storms in there, and then he's in there going to vote, and it's almost like he's walking in and he's the plague, right?
Yeah.
People are like scurrying the corners or whatnot, and he goes in there, and he's like, I'm here to vote, and they're like, you can't vote without a mask. You got to go outside and vote. He's like, I don't want to vote outside to vote. I want to vote right here like everyone else, and then they're like, you can't vote. He's like, I called the county registrar. I can vote like this. I did it last time, and I'm doing it this time. So they're like, we're gonna call and verify that. Yeah. So they get on the phone, they call and verify, and sure enough, they can't stop him. This is all smoke and mirrors. It's all garbage. It's all a rabbit's foot. And then they're like, hey, where's your ID? He's like, I want to make a voter ID declaration. So he refused to show his voter ID, even though he supports it. But he's like, if you're going to allow fake voters to come in here to do it, I'm going to do the same thing, and made them go through the paperwork of that, and then walked out of there. He's got a lawsuit now against them, and it's going to trial.
Against them?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for trying to, violate his ability to vote.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So he's going to come on when he can talk. Right now, him and his lawyer can't talk. They don't want to jeopardize anything.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So getting the school board, city councilors, city commissioners, that's what we all need to do, Brandy. Here's to that.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
The small local positions are everything. Bixby consequences. The science out there is showing that the masks have absolutely nothing. They offer zero protection. So this whole thing, I'm not going to get into this.
Asymptomatic transmission. It's also not really.
Yeah, and it's not even a thing. So again, I don't want to turn this into a plague discussion, but it is what it is. I think Fauci has been exposed for the biggest liar on the planet. This whole thing came out of a Wuhan lab. It's 100%. We called it first week of January. around the first week of January. And everyone who fact checked and censored our stuff and all that stuff, where's the repercussions for that?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everyone who got banned or forced down for that, where's the repercussions on that? Because guess who's been wrong every time? They weren't. Guess who was right every time? Oop. Right here. We called it airborne. Within the first week of January, I called it airborne.
AAA, if that's what how you want to call it. Where are you? I can't remember which.
My wife works for a Christian college. Got an email today. If you aren't on a vaccinated protocol,
if you are or aren't vaccinated,
yeah, it sent me over the edge. I can't believe Christian schools are laying down to this. Yeah, it just depends on what state government you have, bro. It's.
Are they requiring the students to be?
Which is the whole thing. Tucker Carlson, so it's no longer like not off the mainstream media. Tucker Carlson is now covering on how many people are getting hurt by, this jab.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are actually having problems, how many miscarriages have been documented, how many people with neurological side effects, how many people have died from this. The doctors are yes, there's a lot of doctors who are part of the groupthink that will disagree. You are 100% guaranteed right on that. But you're going to find there's a growing number that are not. It's not a consensus. That's why it has to be a choice. It's not a proven fact on anything. It's all based on theory, right? So can you tell me, Bill Bixby, what the consequences for a pregnant person or a child, of a child being born? Well, no, even the doctors, any real doctor will tell you that the masks offer nothing. It's too small.
I think that was the point that he was making.
It's too small. Yeah. And, it's just, you got vaccinated people, kissing vaccinated people with masks on.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, right? So anyways, what was I saying before that? I got pulled off that point. No, I can't remember.
You were talking about all of the issues with the health issues.
Anyways, I can't remember. So if one of you guys remember what tangent I was saying, and Bixby, and I love Bixby. I appreciate you watching the show. We don't always agree on everything, but I'm glad you turned in to hear at least the other side of it. So the other thing is there has been more papers out. And I don't even want to say the name, but the drug that Donald Trump had talked about that had worked because they just took down, like YouTube just took down a sitting senator pushing a protocol out there that is proven to have saved lives.
Mm-hmm.
That has decreased the fatality rate by 300%.
Wow.
So, and it's, and again, I can find, so, I know what I was saying. Tell me what the side effects are for this, for someone who's pregnant, who gets the jab for their child when they're 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me that. Why can't you tell me that? Because no one's been alive long enough to test that.
Yeah.
Right? This is all freaking 100%. You're all being used as lab rats, and that's fine. If you want to do that, it's everyone's choice. It's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go be a part of the biggest, human experiment ever? Great, go for it. It's got a 99.9% cure rate. Or, good on you.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing it. Our child won't be doing it. It's just the way it is. But I respect your right to do it.
Yeah,
I think it could be even noble of you to want to do that. I just don't trust the government for anything anymore.
Well, no, and then there's so many questions around it. So I think it's justified to
just go watch Tucker Carlson. What was that? What night was that?
That was yesterday and today.
Go watch him. Make the decision for yourself. No one's denying anything. All we are saying is that it needs to be looked at and questions need to be answered and more research needs to be done. Mm-hmm. And employers should not be mandating or asking for that anywhere. It's just mind-boggling. So, again, indirectly, I understand that. And now they're trying to charge more money for people who want to go to games, and you're going to have your own roped-off section at a game if you don't get it. It is what it is, right? Here's what America is about. If you want to take it, take it. Mm-hmm. If you don't. Yeah. It's 100% up to you. Well, I appreciate that, Brandy. But, you know, again, it's like when anthrax came out. They tried to force the military to do anthrax. Guys would come into my office and I'd ask them, do you want the anthrax vaccine?
Mm-hmm.
And they would be like, yes or no. If they said yes, I gave it to them and documented it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they didn't, it went down the sink.
Okay.
You know, or in the trash, whatever it was. Right. You know, there's just the way it went.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the anthrax thing was a testing thing, and they actually, I think the Supreme Court actually held that up.
Yeah, I read an article about West Point that they're requiring all of the cadets there to
of course they are, because they're subject to the Democrat president.
A group of students there who are refusing, and they're going on. They have like a leave or something, and any of the non-vaccinated people coming back are going into this mandatory quarantine period, which they are describing like being similar to solitary confinement is how they are treating these people who are not getting the vaccine and coming back before they can be tested to see if they're positive or not.
Wow. So, I mean, this is in a healthy population or whatever, but again, I don't want this show to turn into whatever. Yeah. Right. We already spent way too much time on this at a time when our channel is going to be reviewed for monetization. So it is what it is. It's all about your individual choice, your freedoms. These are my opinions. All right. How many other disclaimers? They're Lauren's opinions and my opinions. All right. I have, okay. So he had it bad. My wife as well got it. She is in her 20s and was sick for 3 days. And my 3-year-old was sick for a whole 2 days. We got our antibodies the old fashioned way. I get it, man. Yeah. I get it. I mean,
I'm glad you're all okay.
I'm glad you're all okay. We all know people who have passed from this. Mm-hmm. We've all been affected by it in some ways. Well, all of us have been affected by the crushing of our economy and the changing of our culture for something that has, that it shouldn't have done. But we all understand what it was done for. It was done to get rid of Trump. Mm-hmm. And that's basically why it was there. So
it was capitalized on anyways.
Yeah. It was never waste an emergency.
Yep.
So, well, strength and honor then. All right. Chris is here.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So again, a lot of good stuff, guys. So pumped about everything that's going on right now. So excited to see people getting skin in the game, putting their name on ballots, going and speaking and letting them know, right? Make it uncomfortable for them. Let them know that it's not consensus. The problem with conservatives is we were conservative, so we stayed home. Yeah. So only the crazies went there, and they got to run away and do whatever they wanted. The next thing you know, we've indoctrinated, an entire generation, mm-hmm. right? Or how many generations mm-hmm. into socialism? Mm-hmm. This is how we push back. We push back by letting them know we see them. We're not going to tolerate it, and speaking truth.
Yeah.
Confront the lies everywhere where you find them. And as if you're confronting lies everywhere you find them, you're not wrong. And which brings me to the whole thing I wanted today's show to be about, which a friend of mine shared, I don't know, some pastor somewhere talking, and
it was Mike, right?
It was Mike, yeah. He shared it, but I don't know the pastor's name, and I want to quote him. And it was talking about a quote from the Bible, which is, blessed are the peacemakers, mm-hmm. right? Unfortunately, most of churchianity treats it as blessed are the peacekeepers.
Yes. Very big distinction.
Huge distinction. A peacekeeper will compromise to keep peace.
Yep.
And they compromise and they compromise and they compromise and they compromise, which is basically surrendering our beliefs and our values mm-hmm. to the point of they're not even relevant anymore, which is right. where we are right now.
Right.
That has been the modern church. Mm-hmm. That is Catholicism today.
Yes.
Right? Outside of that one pastor in Arizona who is badass to him.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Oh, you are getting stalked about Jack Hibbs.
You know what? I have still. I'm going to be honest. I still have not done it. I went over there. I found it. It's one of my pages open in my phone, but I have not watched the Jack Hibbs. I started it, but I did not. That is on the critical race theory that he's talking about there. So, but anyways, a peacemaker is someone who confronts the lies and will fight for the truth to make a true peace.
Okay, so his name is John Bevere, Bevere. This was an Instagram.
John Beer,
John Bevere, Bevere. It
was very well
was
done.
Very short. I mean, this one it was just making a quick little point.
I'm gonna play it for you. So I'm gonna hook it up to Bluetooth here, and I'll play it for you.
If anyone wants to put in their own strength and honor request, feel free. If you guys have anyone who did something awesome in your life this past week, we would love to cheer some. I'm sure Chris Scott would love an excuse for some extra cheers. So
yeah, he's gonna catch up. He's like 20 behind.
Tell us everything that went on awesome in your world.
How did you find it on there? I can't.
I can. Here, let me share it to you.
Thank you. Did I share it to you to share?
No, I went to Mike's page.
Oh, okay. That's how I could do it, I guess, huh?
Here, I'm sending it to you. I just sent it to you.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to hook this up here, and I'm going to play it for you guys so you can hear it. So you're not going to hear my GED version down to you.
Got it?
Yeah. Hold on. It'll be there. I got it from you. I just needed to set it up. So here we go.
Scott.
It's never said, blessed are the people.
Here we go.
Will maintain. See, Jesus never said, blessed are the peacekeepers. A peacekeeper is somebody who will compromise to maintain peace. He said, blessed are the peacemakers. A peacemaker is somebody that will confront, if need be, to have true peace. Exactly. See, Jesus never said.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Very powerful, very potent, and that is the difference. And then Scott Parrish is here. What up?
And Jen, it sounds like he said, we're here.
Oh, she's got to type her name in to get credit.
Okay, Jen. Adventures of SCO, Jen, sign on.
We want 2 likes on there. So right now we have 20-something people on. If you could all hit the like button, that would be epic. We really appreciate it. We hit 4,000 viewing hours. Finally, we're so pumped. We're so psyched. We are up to 36,000 views on one of our last posts and 30,000 votes on our Christians how to fight in a Christian marriage. So we're views. Yeah. Likes. Yeah. That would be epic.
And Chris Scott, Jesus did all kinds of awesomeness this week in our lives. Strength and honor. Absolutely. Right. Strength and honor to Jesus.
Strength and honor to Jesus.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
You're going to have to show the Santa PJs.
I got one more. One more and then Santa PJs.
Thank you. Thank you. So for those of you that's hard to do with a name like Patriot, Crusader, Mission. Patriot, so they know we're conservative. Crusader, so they think we're like violent Christians. So they think we're basically terrorists on this channel, which couldn't be further from the truth. We just love our country and love Jesus.
Jen signed in.
Oh, that means 2 things.
Refill.
Can you do the Santa PJs dance?
A little shimmy on my way out.
Yeah, let's see it.
Well, let's see. Troy, my wife was having a really bad day yesterday, so I got her flowers out of the blue. That's worth the strength and honor. Absolutely, Troy.
There is.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
You and your thoughtfulness. And I hope your wife's day got better.
Oh, man. So the question is,
all right.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, my gosh. You don't have to.
That's the extent of the Santa PJ dance. But so the question is, Scott and Jen, is Tennessee, are you going to be our neighbors soon? That's all I want to know. Are you going to be my neighbor soon? Because that would be epic. Just saying. And you might want to do it soon because we're renting a pontoon boat. I'm going to announce that right here, right now. PCM crowd, we are looking at some dates. We're going to rent a pontoon boat, maybe 2, and we're going to go out on Watega Lake and have a great time. So if you want to come down and you want to be a part of that awesomeness, we would love to have you there and to, drop anchor and have a great time in basically the best lake in Tennessee. So it's about, I think, 30 minutes from us, maybe less. So we are totally pumped about that. We'll take pictures for all you West Coasters, Bill and the rest. We will definitely take pictures and film it and live stream. But this is about fellowship, right? Too many in the Christian community have turned fellowship into this sterile thing that only happens on Sundays, right? It's about investing in people's lives all the time, right? When I have a moment, I got windshield time, I'm on my phone checking in with my friends, investing my time in my friends' lives. And what can I pray for you for? Like, what's going on in your life? How can I help you? That's what we all need to do. We all need to be falling over each other, trying to help each other. If we do that, it's like our marriage. Our marriage is epic because we try to outdo each other on nice things to one another all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Lauren's mad at me, and then it doesn't happen so much. But and she confesses to this, and we fight how to fight in a Christian marriage.
I said I have to. I'm not even going to try to defend myself. What are you talking about? Coming to where? Coming to what? What are you talking about?
Dude disguised as another dude.
We're coming back, but we need to be looking about Cherokee National Forest. Bro, we have 5 minutes from the Cherokee National Forest. Paul Race. How big is the lake? Hold on. Let me Google it.
Wait, has he been
Hold on.
Cheers?
Paul Race, one of my best friends in the whole world. Lord, do I miss you? If this is just a figure of speech. But if I had to bury a body tomorrow, Paul Race would be the guy I'd call because I know he'd be like, all right, I don't want to know anything. Let's just do it. That's how loyal Paul Race is as a friend. I just want to say, I love you, brother, and I miss you every day. Yes, I know they are, Scott, that's not going anywhere. You better get in there. So we found the coolest little place.
Well, wait, you were talking about Watauga, right?
Yeah. So let me find.
It's pretty big. It's long.
You're going to have to spell that stuff for me.
Watauga. And there's one little park on it that's only about 20 minutes from here.
It is length of 16.16 miles, and they don't give a area. I don't know. I guess they're going to call that.
What is the deepest part? Go ask that.
265 feet deep.
That works.
Yep, and it encompasses 655,598 acres of land.
No. That's the Cherokee National Forest.
Oh, sorry.
That'd be
the lake is The lake is approximately 60 miles long with 104 miles of shoreline and measures 265 feet and the deepest point.
So it's a good lake.
It's a good, clear lake, and it's got a river that feeds off that turns into whitewater rafting, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, so we are totally pumped about going there. 100% understand that kind of friendship. That's what it's got to be, you guys. Having friends is not, it's like everything, you don't roll over into happiness.
In July, all right. So Claudia and John want us to wait to pontoon.
What's the date you're going to be here, John?
We might. Well, actually, probably in July is about when we were going to get our.
Yeah, that's when we were going to do it.
Tripping until the end of June.
Absolutely not, MM. I am not Catholic. Not even close.
But welcome.
Yeah, good to see you. To MM.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Welcome to the show, brother. I hope you enjoy it, or sister, whatever you are. We also want no restrictions for permits, opt-out areas where it's just country level interference, which is just septic permits and foundation. I forget now.
So Scott and Jen, they're trying to buy land and build. But yeah, so we're right up next to the Cherokee National Forest, and we just found a gem of a little location about 5 minutes from here.
Awesome. Like the prettiest little street.
Creek.
Like,
That you can tell that it gets bigger when there's more water. Oh, we should go check it out after all the rain we've been getting.
yeah, I bet you it's epic.
But beautiful and rocky, and it's like there's a few different pavilions and grills set up, and bridges across the creek. Water was cold. B didn't care, and Mama had to hold her hand in there. So I cared. But then Jason saw a snake in there.
Snake in the water. It was so cool. I mean, it was a water snake. So it's in the water and it's going all around. It's hunting for fish in the rocks and bugs. It was totally cool.
What did you find out it was?
It was a water snake, just a Tennessee water snake. Yeah.
It was
like it wasn't a water moccasin. The head wasn't right.
July 9th to 17th. All right. I think
that works.
That's reasonable to wait for.
Yeah. We will wait for you, John. We will wait for you and Claudia. You're that good and that important to us, which I don't know if you saw this, John. Did you see this? He probably wasn't on yet. Steve Rowley, who was one of the carpenters who helped, one of the builders of the cross, sent this to us. And I'm sorry, that group, the invisible area around there is the green screen taking out the really green vegetation around it, which is no longer there because two awesome guys from Calvary Chapel, Warren and oh man, I feel so bad.
So MM just said, I'll share a pint with you, buddy. I pray you join Christ's church someday. God bless.
Yeah, man, I have too many struggles with the Catholic Church, man. Praying to Mary and everybody else instead of Jesus just doesn't work for me, man. But again, I consider you like you're a brother, Again, I'm not going to divide on you. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. You're Christian as far as and we'll figure out when we get to Jesus who is right, as far as I am. But as long as we stand for the unborn, right, and we stand for truth, and the freedom of religion, the freedom of speech, and the ability to protect and defend our families, we're cool, man. So a pint to you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And then we have Benjamin Zink on.
Benjamin Holt trying to get signal, but can't get to come in strong. Can't get it to come in strong. I'm at work right now. Strength and honor to you all. Benjamin.
Thanks for trying. We appreciate it.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
We double cheers, Ben.
No, the other one was for MM.
Got it.
And I don't think anyone
John
cares
said
if there was an extra clink in there.
No, not at all. So, anyways, my friend rant. Fellowship in the Christian church typically sucks. I mean, this is pretty funny.
Can I interrupt you again? Because you were trying to say the names of the guys who helped clear our stuff, which were Warren and Walter. Yeah, Warren and Walter. Thank you so much. Warren and Walter came down and donated their really ridiculously expensive $100,000 heavy equipment and came in here and ground up the entire top of the hill. Those of you who follow us on Instagram and Facebook have seen the photos. It's awesome up there. Right now, we're in the process of converting PCM into a nonprofit, and we're going to be raising funds to get an architect down here to turn these 44 acres into an epic place to build modern, Christian warriors, men and families that are going to survive and thrive in Christ's name. That's what we're building here. Awesome. So you got Nicholas. Hey, what's up, brother?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
You guys, Lord bless you both. What a blessing it was to help carry that cross. Nick Antonin, Vero Beach, Florida. Awesome, brother. That is whose brother-in-law? That is Paul's brother-in-law, right? Mm-hmm. You're Paul's brother-in-law, I believe. Our daughter Diane is coming too. She is looking forward to meeting you. Wait, Claudia. Is it Claudia? What's up, Claudia?
Strength and honor.
Everyone signing into their own accounts.
Oh, man. Well, this is getting good. Remember, if you're signing in, hit the like button, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, whatever.
All that YouTube stuff.
So I was talking to Ken and I thanked him. And again, this is a personal moment I'm going to share. And I said, I never would in a million years would want to be a pastor until I saw Ken Graves.
Mhm.
because every time I looked up at the pastor, there was nothing I wanted to be up there.
Mm-hmm.
All I saw was weak,
Sweater vest wearing.
sweater vest, preppy, dorky, and not the good kind of dorky, right? There's the good kind of dorky that doesn't take themselves too serious.
Yeah.
But weak. I just saw weakness up there.
Mm-hmm.
And and it just disgusted me. And to see Ken Graves, and I told him this was my quote. Thank you for showing me that pastors don't have to suck at life.
The way with words that this just flow off the tongue.
Yeah, I'm never going to be published as a poet, that's for sure. But you know what? These guys get it. These guys get it, right?
I'm sure they do.
Can we start sending finances to your address, the PCM architect? Once we're a nonprofit, because we want you to get the target. Yeah, we want you to get a tax write-off for it.
Thank you very much, Brandy.
Tactical fanny pack dorky. No, man. Hey, listen. I love tactical fanny packs. I don't care if somebody thinks I'm sexy, right? I'm just not going to wear something that looks like, hey, I'm carrying 1 million guns in my thing here with a lot of ammo and a tourniquet and all this other stuff. It should be low key, but I don't care if someone's going to be like, hey, that guy over there. Because sometimes people don't carry because it's not comfortable, or it's too much of a mess, or whatever. And if throwing a fanny pack on helps you carry, all I care is that you're carrying.
Mm-hmm.
Carrying concealed. I'm not a big open carry guy. I think it's kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in your right to do it, but it's kind of ridiculous.
Yes, Jen. Ken did just speak at the Republican event in North Carolina.
He did. Captain Caveman, what up?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what is someone going to look at me and be like, oh, that guy's not cool? I don't care. No, I don't care.
Fanny packs are kind of coming back right now anyways. So
they never went out of style as far as I'm concerned, as long as they're not like you're acting like you're going on a 72, hour, operation fanny pack, and it's like this big and it's basically a backpack around your waist. That's ridiculous. Yes, I caught the end of his prayer. Whose prayer? What am I missing? Oh, Ken's. Okay. Yeah. He definitely spoke. And then he went to South Dakota, or I think to do something else there with the lieutenant governor of North Carolina.
Okay.
Who's that heavy set black guy who did the Second Amendment speech that was so epic.
Mm-hmm.
So again, AAA, I'm not, I'm glad he said tactical fanny pack. I agree 100% he's carrying. Okay. Derek LaFontaine, firefighter in Seattle area. God bless you, man. Where the ground is hard. Thanks for encouraging all the way to the West Coast. Try and catch you when I can. Awesome. Brother, Derek, you work in hell on earth, brother. So here's to you. I mean, I give firefighters a lot of hard time, but that's one, I don't know how anyone can live in Seattle anymore. In a free country, I don't know how anyone could live in a place that's so demonic. I can't think of another word.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Are you from there, Derek? You have a lot of family ties.
All I know is if you're willing to do it there, come here and crush life here with a bunch of patriots in a community that will love and appreciate you every day.
And I was about to say it's not as rainy, but holy smokes.
Well, I'm glad it's raining. It was dry for a while, and our giant
dumped on.
Our giant pond lake went away.
Yeah, we have a puddle back.
Yeah, well, the puddle is growing.
The puddle's growing.
The puddle's growing, and
so
once we get,
guess who went? Of course, when played in the puddle in this Ranger.
Yeah, we had to take the side by side out there and just crush it. I love that thing. That thing is so awesome. I got an appointment in July. Hopefully it's before John comes down where that becomes street legal. I'm putting directionals on it. And, Derek graduated in 85. Yep. Grew up on the Queen Anne with Seattle was great. I love a good fight. Well, you know what, Derek, brother, I respect that. I respect the heck that you're willing to stay, in the ninth pit of hell there with everything burning down around you. Somebody's got to, and I respect that. It's not my counsel, but I respect it, man. And if you're ever tired of it and you ever need weary rest and you want to nurture your soul, come to Tennessee, where America's still free and people still love the good guys. And I promise you, you will not regret it. There are no cicadas here. So
God
Jen,
blessed us. I repent for all of my complaining.
she didn't
about
trust in the
future.
Lord. She was complaining about something that didn't even happen. Just saying.
I was dreading it. And we are surrounded by other areas that have cicadas, and we have none. I've seen 3 here. It's beautiful. And I took me to a playground about 20 minutes away. Cicadas everywhere. So yes, we lucked out on the cicada front. God blessed us. I was like, why would God move us to the cicada apocalypse? And he didn't. He spared us.
So here we go. Had to change my daughter. No problem, no biggie. Patriot Crusader mission sounds a lot like the Catholic organization, Knights of Columbus. Very patriotic and about the gospel. God bless you, brother.
Well, that is very true.
Here we go.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
I'd say very patriotic and about the gospel. About sums it up.
Guy didn't nail us down into a statement, a short statement. It was, we love Jesus first and we love our country next.
Mm-hmm.
Down in the Ozarks, hold on. There was some AAA said, I have family in Bean Station. Don't know where that is. Sorry. I'm not that much of a local yet. And my cousin takes his 4x4 to work. Yeah. I mean, it's awesome here, man. I mean, regulations like building code, there is none in a lot of counties. It's crazy, man. It's the Wild West.
Jen has her spreadsheet of all of the counties and
of course they do.
Their regulations.
Get out of communist Massachusetts and get down here.
She's trying.
Park the car here by the water.
You're welcome to.
It's wicked pissa here. Anyways, down in the Ozarks when we had a leaky pond.
Now you're talking Boston.
Oh, sorry.
Down in the Ozarks. Pronounce that R.
Down in the Ozarks. When we had a leaky pond, we put hogs in it and they sealed it.
You're going to have to tell us about that, because if we can seal our pond, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, we wanted to. We are trying. Yar it is. So let's get into fellowship, guys. All right. So I have a beef with modern churchianity, where Christian fellowship is typically sterile and boring and sucks. I mean, it sucks. You get around, and if you're not singing kumbayas and whatever, I mean, they look at you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fellowship can happen anywhere at any time, and it's basically you investing in their soul.
Mm-hmm.
Their soul. All right? Investing in their soul. That is the difference, right? You are there to watch their 6, right? So, for example, I've got 2 guys that work out with me in the morning. Joel's one. I won't say the other one. One of them has a problem of a hard time showing up. So when he didn't show up the other day, I banned him from coming here for a week and sent him to the Barney gym down the street, Planet Fitness, the gym of shame, and said, listen, go there, contemplate your abandonment of us and not meeting your obligation in the purple people with the purple people. And that's for his own good. He's, he's an overweight guy. He's never been in shape. He's got no muscle memory, and he's at the point where he's got to take his life back. If he doesn't take his life back, he's gonna be in big trouble. I mean, I think he's diabetic because of his weight situation, and just really needs to realize what the heck he's doing himself. That his word has to mean something,
mm-hmm.
And so I have to hold him accountable, and I had to do it with love.
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't hurt me that isn't come. It just means I have one less person to coach
mm-hmm.
in the morning, and he's the one who I really need to coach because he doesn't know how to do anything.
Right.
But I don't want him to give up on himself, and I'm investing in him.
Yeah.
And, the workout part is the easy part. Today, he didn't show up. So we did hand to hand with Joel,
Mm-hmm.
and Joel was amazing.
Mhm.
He was cardiovascular in shape, so we could really push it on the drills.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I turned him into a little bit more of a Christian warrior.
Yes.
That's a pastor.
Yeah.
And I said, if he hits like a wet noodle, we're going to call those pastor punches.
Oh, okay.
So he
punch.
brought the heat with everything he had all the time.
Yeah, he didn't want to have a pastor.
No,
punch.
he didn't want to have a pastor punch. He already has pastor push-ups, which are not all the way down. So
shame.
yeah, shame. If you're watching, Joel, I called you out. He's getting better. So Brandy says, Lieutenant Allen, well, here we go. Let's put it up there for everyone to see. Alan West says, serve God country in Texas. Well, if you're in Texas, I agree with that. But in Tennessee, that doesn't work.
JPLP serves God country in Tennessee.
Yeah, exactly.
He fixed it for us.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I wish Alan West would step up and take a leadership role for what is to come. Right now, they are able to do whatever they want in Congress and all those things, and they push back without any active resistance outside of a bunch of isolated small groups. We need one leader leading us in this, and I wish it was Alan West. I love him. I've interviewed him. His interview is on our channel if you want to check it out. Great guy. If he runs for governor of Texas, that's fine, but that does nothing for us nationally, right? I would love to see, and that's what my fear is everybody who has a hope of getting a real job, right? Everyone who has a hope of getting a real job, established job with a paycheck and benefits and all those other things, for a future position in a cabinet or a state or a city or a national government position, refuses to take ownership of all the Trump voters right now.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want is someone to have the courage to stand up and take ownership of everyone and start driving forward. Because if they undo the filibuster, guys, it's time to march on DC.
Where is that at right now?
They've threatened it a couple times. I don't know. I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Last time I heard about it was last week, where they were again grumbling about it. And
was that the thing that Manchin and
yes,
Cinema? I'm
not sure.
The other one, Arizona Democrat, right? Or the other one, there was another female who voted against that, and I think that was related to the filibuster.
Yeah.
And they're getting so much heat now.
Of course they're getting heat. But you know what? Thank God they have some sanity, because if they do that, it's civil war too.
Mm-hmm.
It's civil war too. And we don't want to see that. You don't want a civil war here. I'd rather see a secession.
No, thank you.
And I'd rather see people separate peacefully, and for us to agree, hey, if you want to go and live like crazy in all these places, go for it. We're going to live the way we want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, they won't have the votes. 2 Dems. I know. Great. Thank you, Scott. So I don't know if you saw, but there was a study that just came out where this was so laughable. I think it was a Daily Caller who did the report on it. No, it was actually Fox News who reported on it. Guess what state had the lowest Black voter registration and voter participation rate in the nation? Just guess. Just guess. With all the hell they give Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, and all these other places, just for voter suppression. Guess who had the lowest in the nation? Just guess.
There are a couple of our friends who are there right now.
I'm going to let this song play out while you guys spit them out. Lauren just gave a massive hint. Oh, nope. Nope. That's 3-0.
Not Delaware, not Cali.
Massachusetts.
Yes, Jen.
Massachusetts.
You
one of
are
the
the winner.
You
Right
are
where
the
you
winner. Right where you are right now.
Strength and honor to Jen.
Strength and
for
honor
getting
to
it right.
Jen.
Strength and honor. Strength and
Now,
honor.
Lauren did put it on easy mode.
Scott still didn't get it.
Yeah. Nope. It was Massachusetts. Massachusetts had the lowest black voter participation rate in the nation.
Highest?
Guess what two had the highest? Two states. Guess.
Strength and
Oh,
honor.
sorry.
Strength and honor.
Not Florida. Not Virginia. Come on. Who had the
highest?
two states had the highest black participation rate? Just guess where they were.
Nope. Not Illinois or Michigan.
Nope. Nope.
Not Georgia.
Nope.
Not
Nope.
Alaska.
All
All right, one more guess.
One more guess. Come on. Yes,
Tennessee.
AAA. Tennessee and Mississippi had the highest black registration
All
and
right.
participation rate.
AAA.
AAA.
Good
Strength
job.
and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And they called Tennessee the state of hate because our governor has passed the most anti-LGBTQ agenda items. So that blew me away that Massachusetts was that.
Mhm.
Like, holy smokes, you hypocrites.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's funny that it's the blue
hypocrites.
state that's the worst, and two red states that are.
Well, if you think about it logically, they know their Democrat agenda is going to pass there every time.
So they, might just
So
not
they
care.
have no
Yeah,
motivation.
that's true.
Right. So
Yeah.
there's nothing at risk. So why vote?
Sure. Makes sense.
But, Tennessee went red, 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 red.
Yeah.
So,
What I was going to be curious about is where did those votes go?
yeah, that's a good
What
question.
are those populations voting for in that state, in those states?
So, but again, that was great news.
Mhm.
Great news. Tennessee,
Strength and
right
honor.
up there.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
What else you got, Lauren? So Lauren's prepared a very long piece for you guys tonight.
You're really going to do this to me today?
Is there
I
anything?
haven't. I have not prepared a very long.
Is there anything you want to talk about tonight?
Sanity. B's had a couple of hard days.
Yeah, B has been
B has
clumsy.
put Mama through the emotional ringer the last couple of days.
Yeah. So let's go to fellowship, female fellowship. I can't think of anything that is worse than male fellowship in the Christian church other than female fellowship.
Yeah, it's kind of the suck. We have dinner tomorrow night with some new friends.
So let's
We're
talk
hoping-
about how hard it is as a female to find relatively sane other females. I mean, is there a secret shake you do where you're like, how EBC are you?
Yeah. just come
So
out
those
and
of you
say it.
guys who don't know, we took BBC, itches starts with a B, be crazy, and turned it to Eve's be crazy.
Yes, true.
So, which is truth.
Yeah. No, it's hard. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a secret handshake. I certainly suck at making friends. So if there is a handshake, I haven't learned it yet. I don't know. I just when you like spend some time around someone, you're like either they are enjoyable or this is horrible. A lot of times it's horrible.
Yeah, it's funny because I meet all these guys and they're funny and they're great. And then I meet their wife and I'm like, man, she's such a stick
I
in the
will
mud.
say, everyone that we've met in this community, it has been much more of an even. Both
That
sides
is
were
good to say.
enjoyable.
Because the whole time I'm like,
Parish is great. Our races are great. We had dinner with Stories last night. Great. Who else have we met as a couple? Anyone else so far? Troy
no,
and his wife. Troy. I can't remember your wife's name. Troy.
they stopped by the
came to
party,
the
but
party.
again, just it's been a much more even spread here.
Mhm.
It's just, man, too many people married like crazy ex-strippers or something. I don't know what it is. Like in Team Guys actually did that.
Yes.
There's my SEAL buddies would marry strippers, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like this story does
really
not
set
end
up
well.
for success here.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Right? And they wonder why their life's a catastrophe 5 to 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm like, oh my God. So anyways, Catholic Female Fellowship is fantastic for us, to be honest. My wife has a whole bunch of other nice moms she prays
Oh,
with.
that's great.
That's great to hear, man. That's great to hear. Troy said Sarah's her name. Awesome. And then Che said saving them.
Saving them. What does that mean?
Saving them.
Shay, what are you saving?
Man, are you watching the same episode, Che?
Are you like how far in the? Where are you in the episode? She's gonna answer us in like 20
Sometimes
minutes.
I'm like, man, what is she talking about?
Jen, gymnastics is going awesome. Thank you for asking. She's so cute. She now knows saving the strippers.
Saving the strippers,
okay.
yes.
So does
Yes.
that make sense?
Che knows the SEAL community very well. And so, they are definitely saving lots of strength and honors in the deep, in deep.
Strength
To see
and honor, strength
in
and honor.
deeper.
Strength and honor.
So, who wants to call in? You're lagging. It's cool. Who wants to call in? Come on, guys. Somebody's got to want to call in. Somebody wants their voice heard. Sound off. Come on, you can do it.
Hey, not over
Whoa,
our enemies,
whoa.
but we're rejoicing.
That was the Tony Spell guy.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to call
Shay
in.
had said that she was going to call in.
I mean, Shay, you got my number. I mean, our whole audience has my
Yeah.
number by now.
Just call up.
Somebody wants to call up and say something positive, something nice, or something deep, just nothing mean. No troll stuff, but everyone else can call in and you're all good. So unfortunately, Clay Parker is not walking tonight because he was talking about this, and he's actually going to be my guest host on Monday. He just went to that event down.
really?
He drove all the way to Louisiana.
I'm being fired on Monday.
No, we'll have 3 if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Chase says she'll call. Great. So call me when you call here. Go ahead and call him. But as far as, he's going to be my guest, and he actually
So
went
he's
to
gonna be here on
Louisiana
Monday.
to stand up to the tyranny of the people who arrested that pastor over and over and over again. And then they protested against an abortion clinic.
Scott, what does that mean? I guess I'm out.
You want to call in, Scott? Call in, man.
What does
You
that mean?
got my number.
Shay, you don't remember the number? I'll send it to you again.
Oh, man.
Trying to remember where I've chatted with you before, Shay. Oh, here we go. I'll send it. So see in our messenger, I'm going to send it right after the last message that I have, which is his number.
So you're going to have the number twice.
There you go. It's waiting for you.
Yeah,
no trolls.
no troll stuff. Yeah. I mean, you could call and talk about that amazing demonstration you did with the coffee maker. That was epic. That was epic. Where you going?
I'm just trying to take this comment down. It's been sitting there.
I think if you do another one, it overlaps it.
Okay, well, there wasn't another one up yet.
Your power is out, Troy. Come on over here, man.
Oh man, did you guys get the big storms?
HA, you're live. How you doing?
Hold
hold on, I gotta
Jason
throw
doesn't
you to the
hit
right thing.
button.
All right, you're on air. How you doing, Jay?
I am better. We had quite the week. We had crazy stomach super bug going on, my son and I, and had to really reach down into the depths of mommyhood to pull it together and get my son to the ER and craziness. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
it's not even the thing. The thing is dad came to the rescue and like disinfected the entire house, like while we were sequestered to the second floor. Like literally walked behind us and touched every single handle and every single like toilet seat and every whatever sheet, washed all the blankets and really like pulled through. But the reason I really felt like I needed to share was like I was praying through all of it. Like I'm 100% telling you with sincerity that I was sleeping in the floor in the hallway in front of the bathroom, and my son sleeping on the floor in the bathroom, and like
oh man,
his dad stepping over us the entire time to like, you know, a wet rag. Do you need ginger ale? Do you need water? What do you need? Do you need sugar? Do you need whatever the entire time? And like took it to the next level where as a mom, like, right, it's what you do. I think moms become moms when we get pregnant, and dads become dads when like the baby is like here. So like 100% came through, and like we had this for 48 hours for sure, to the point, like I said, where we had to take our son to the ER for dehydration because he was keeping nothing down, and had to, you know, we had to get to that point and take care of it. But like the entire time, I literally shared this with him 10 minutes before I called in, that I was praying the entire time. Like what, my head is in my hands and I can't help my son. I'm right here, but I can't help you, because the minute he lifts his head, my head feels like it's a boulder and I can't help him. And like, you know, dad is there to help. And I really, yep, 100%.
Let's strengthen honor. What's his first name?
Michael.
Michael. Here's the Michael coming through.
Strength and honor.
Yeah.
Strength and
Awesome.
honor.
Just not that he's not a stand-up guy, because he is 100%, but just to deal with that for 2 straight days of 2 people not sleeping in the house, and just
that's awful.
Yep. But that, and then like secondary, I keep you guys in the back of my mind all the time, and I've been sort of just vocalizing to the community. I live in a metroplex, right? So I'm just outside New York City, and I talk to my neighbors, and I'll take it offline with you guys. But I have a couple of things that some of the neighbors that I live near in the record community have shared with me, so far as like concerts and stuff like that that are coming up, and things that didn't make sense to me as far as like security and these other things, but they have nothing to do with this message. But it's something I wanted to share with you, and just to let you guys know that I'm here, I'm listening, and I'm getting the message out as much as I can.
I appreciate
Good
it.
for you, Jay. So
Yeah.
here's to you getting skin in the game.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Walking the
Strength and
walk.
honor.
Yeah. Thank you guys for everything. I want to catch up. I have to catch up on Lauren's. I listened to like 3 messages yesterday and today, but then I have to still get caught up on a couple of other things. But thank you again for everything you do.
Awesome.
And thank you for
Hope you're feeling
caring and
better
watching.
now.
We really appreciate it. And we'll say
That's
prayers
right.
for you.
We're all after the same thing. So
Awesome, Jay. Well,
you're
I hope you
looking for a
guys.
house in Tennessee. You'll
Awesome. That's
know
what I like to hear.
where I'm going to come looking first.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. I hope I pray for that, and I pray that everyone moves to be our neighbors. We would love to have that community. How epic would that be? So
cool.
thank you so much, Jay, for calling in. We really appreciate you.
Feel better.
I hope you feel better.
we're all 100% now.
Awesome.
It was literally like 48 hours. So we're all good.
All right,
Everybody's
well, I know that you have been struggling and with some other issues, and I'm glad that Michael came through for you there to be that person for you. So thank you so much for calling in and giving that, because we love you on the show. You've been a great supporter, and we're invested in you. So keep us up to date on everything.
And I'm invested in you guys, 1,000%.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a
Shag.
great
We'll
night.
get there together. All right, guys?
All right. Strength
Thank
and
you.
honor.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Who else is calling in? Come on. Jay can't be the only one who has
Scott,
stuff
do
to
you want to
share.
come on and plug your channel?
You want to come in and plug your coffee video?
Or is it bedtime for you?
Whoa.
I'm surprised he's still up.
Whoa, Lauren, just see. See, this is it. My friends who really know me call Lauren the assassin, right? Because there are friends of mine who've been on the plane ride home from coming to visit, and they all of a sudden they're replaying what everything went on, and they're like, they'll text me and I'm like, holy smokes, Lauren made fun of me to my face and I didn't even realize it. I'm like, yeah, she's the assassin. She's the assassin.
It's supposed to be a dig. He's just often we hear from Jen that Scott's
in bed by 8 o'clock. It's all good.
An actual statement or the question.
Yeah, I wish I could be in bed at 8 o'clock too sometimes. I know that you do.
Wish, yes. Greatly.
So no one has some good news, man. That is terrible. Come on, man.
Chris Scott, are you still on here? You said that Jesus gave you a great week. You want to share anything there?
Yeah, come on, Chris. Come on, brother. We're waiting for you. Give me the call. I'm waiting to hear my obnoxious ringtone.
Sometimes it's 7.
She's exaggerating by sleeping.
Yeah.
That's after you drove all night, right, Scott? I mean,
Right.
I get that. You drove all night.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, if no one's going to call in, I think we're going to wrap it up. We've been an hour and 21. Another great night. I think we're going to have Lauren pray us out.
Going once, going twice, guys.
Come on. Once the prayer's done, it's over.
Oh, man.
All right, hold on. I'm going to give it a moment. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Lauren, fire it away.
Okay.
Bring us home.
All right. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this evening of fellowship and our wonderful community that seems to be growing. And we are so grateful and blessed by the new people who joined us tonight. And
That's fine.
Oh, it's over already.
No, you're back. Come on, Jen. You did it in time. You caught us.
You are the prayer. I was about to say, I pray that Jen calls. And you did. God answers prayers.
So how you doing, Jen?
All right. We've been looking on the real estate site. It's been interesting, and we have an agent that we're working with. So hopefully he's going to help us.
He's actually not going to do anything for us. We'll be doing all the work, and then we'll be calling him
Yeah.
to
Then
tell
you're
him
gonna pay
what
him
we
at the
want him
end.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what I actually recommend on that. And I just had a really good conversation. I would hire a real estate attorney. I would find your own house and go buy something for sale by owner right now, because you can still get some really good stuff for sale by owner. And most real estate agents are complete
The
garbage.
real estate attorney just does the paperwork for
Yeah,
you.
they do the
What we're
paperwork.
actually working on is the tactics that, like, what's the term I'm looking for? What's that guy? Not a flipper, but a wholesaler, where they're, like they're making offers on properties to people, unlisted properties. So what we're doing now is going through, and I'm on like an app. It's called what's it called?
Land for sale.
Landslide.
Landslide.
So what it does, yeah. So as I'm scrolling around the map in areas that I'm looking for, I'm looking up that properties that are abutting the forest, and then it gives all of the information as to the owner and everything that would be at the county, like registry of deeds or whatever they have. And then it gives their last known mailing address. So what we'll do is look for properties that we're interested in, and then do what's the bounty hunter term? What's that?
An unsolicited call.
Well, you got to no, it's skip trace. So we skip trace, get their cell phone numbers, and reach out through text message.
That's not creepy.
And tell them that we're.
That's not creepy at all. Yeah.
But that's what people are doing right now. That's the market for investors, where they're reaching out to people. There's another element to it where there's another computer program that scrubs through county lists, and it looks for people going through divorce or water shutoffs, things like that, where distressed properties.
I thought Tucker did a piece tonight about the housing market. I don't know if anyone saw it, but he was like, it can't just be that people, like lots of people are moving. And he's like, because this is going on everywhere. It's not just in states that you'd think would be getting the influx
of foreign investors.
And he said that the big investor companies, I can't remember, Black something was one that he named. They are buying, he's like, in some cases, they have literally bought an entire neighborhood of single family homes, and then they are turning them
that
into
would be
rentals.
Something like Detroit, where they're getting houses for so cheap, they're all condemned. You can get $1 houses.
They sounded like they were in.
The real problem is people like Grant Cardone now, and people like that are actually going out and they're playing the Airbnb game, and they're Airbnb. I'm not a fan of it. It has destroyed neighborhoods. It turns your neighborhood community into a transient community. So you got
because nobody's invested anymore.
Exactly. So what happens is now every other Facebook scam artist is out there with an Airbnb scam to go out and buy property. So that's why you can't get a log cabin on the lake anymore, because someone's going to turn it into an Airbnb property. And
even if you take 70 acres, 100 acres, and they're going to break that up down into lots.
Yeah, they're about to completely change, demographics, right? You're going to go into a rural countryside, and next thing you know, it's going to be something completely different that's transient, that, you don't know what pedophiles renting the cabin or the next thing next to you, where you bought in, you're trying to buy in a residential neighborhood, and everything's turned commercial now. So I'm all for individual freedoms and rights and all that other stuff. But at the same time, everyone around you, when they buy, is, assuming that certain things are this way. And that's why I got into an argument with a family member who's trying to tell me how safe their lakeside community is. And I'm like, half of these properties are Airbnb and are being rented by gangbangers. You have no idea what's going on in these properties.
Right.
You're a suburb of Massachusetts. Right? Where do you think people go when they want to get it? They come here, and it's not like you think back 60 years ago. Most of these people are not the people who own it or in these houses anymore.
Right.
It's a different party every weekend.
That's the truth.
Which sucks. So I hope, Scott, I'm telling you right now, and I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm going to say it anyways. If you buy far away from us, but in Tennessee, I'm going to have to break your kneecaps.
Oh.
Well, we're going to be, I think we're going to be around Unicoi County, which is south.
We're not going to be wicked.
We abut Unicoi County.
Area.
We're like the last part of Johnson City. Like we're in this crazy oasis that's Carter County, so we don't have to worry about any
wedge of Carter County.
Yeah,
Carter County is
it makes no sense, right? It's mainly Elizabethton, but we're rolled into it, thank God. And then you got Unicoi down there. So if you're in Unicoi, that's where Joel is, and he works out here every morning. So
yeah, it's just south of you, but that would still be in one of the areas. The other one is Johnson County to your east, and then I forget what the third one was.
Joel lives in Johnson City.
No, I thought he lived in Unicoi.
No, he lives in Johnson City.
If he lives in Johnson City, then so be it.
Yeah.
But no, Scott is right. Unicoi is to our south, and it's even deeper in the forest. But yeah, bro, I mean, we literally went like 5 minutes on two country roads, and we were in Cherokee National Forest.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's surrounded by, but the problem is the land that we buy, we don't want to be locked in by other residential properties. We want to have full access to the forest.
Well, then the forest is a double-edged sword because that's federal, right? So you
Right,
lose,
but we
you
can
lose
still
all
go
your
hunt.
rights. Yeah, but you
Right,
still
but
have,
we're gonna go. We can go hunt right through our backyard if we wanted to.
if they allow hunting.
Yeah, there's hunting on.
There's seasonal hunting, whereas on
And
my
we'll be
property,
planting apple trees, and we'll be drawing everything in from the national forest. Either
got it. Yeah, well, Brandy Hip says a lot of HOA homeowner associations. I won't buy a house with an HOA
There's
because
HOAs
they
everywhere.
no, no,
HOAs tell you what to do with your own
Be an
property, and
HOA.
I'm not ever going
no
to do that.
condos, no HOAs,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Actually, and there won't even be any permits. I forget. There's something involved. I know one of them was septic. I don't remember what the other permit that's mandatory, but then everything else would fall under county guidelines, which Unicoi is opt-out status, which I guess they do. I think they have to vote on that like every year or every 2 years to maintain that level of non-restrictiveness.
Hey, Derek, have a good night and appreciate it. We're getting really local on our coverage right now or our discussion, so I appreciate you. Hey, stay safe out there in Seattle.
Well, it's good information for everybody that's going to move to Tennessee.
Exactly. And we want everyone here. I want as many Patriots here around me. I'm not one of those guys where I just want no one to move here. No. People are going to move here regardless. It's one of the hottest markets in the country. I want Patriots here. I want people who are going to be at that school board with me screaming at them saying, you're not doing this to my kid. I want people there on the picket line with me at the library when they try to put critical race theory in our libraries. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amen to that. So
Right.
who's next? Who's coming down?
Who's coming down? It looks like Sojan's coming down.
Yeah, we'll see. I know that the far races are struggling.
Far races, yeah, they're a little wavering right now. They're a year plus out, maybe. A year plus out. Houses are even going to be more expensive here. I'm not buying the whole thing of this market. This market was really undervalued, and so it adjusted. And I don't think it's going to go much crazy higher. If people have to go much crazy higher, that's their own fault. But right now, for example, if I was to buy 44 acres with mountain views in Massachusetts, what would that cost me?
Oh my God.
Millions.
Get it.
Millions, right?
Yeah.
If I bought that in Jersey or New York, depending on where I was at, it would cost me millions. So again, I can't tell you how amazing it feels to wake up here every day, walk out, have neighbors waving to you, go, having the nicest people everywhere. It is a completely unique space that I've never lived in my life because I've lived in secular towns who are atheists and hate everyone. It is amazing. It is amazing here. And getting you guys down here would be absolutely awesome.
Well, Jen still has a lot of traveling, but she does have plans for bison and goats and I don't know, a bunch of crazy farm animals.
Well, I'm trying to get an environmental planner or an architect. I don't even know what it's called to come here and plan out my lot because I have there's so much here on this property that I have. I just need to know what I can do where and for them to recommend what I can do where.
Yeah, trees, like I said, but you could get some apple trees and some investment trees.
I think you have apple trees, don't you?
We have apple trees. We actually have grapevines already as well. And we have more blackberries, blueberries everywhere.
No, we don't have many blueberries, but we have a ton of blackberries.
Yeah.
So you have blueberries. Somebody bought them for you.
We have some.
Yes.
No, those are the raspberries.
No, we got blueberries.
You guys got us.
Didn't we
You
get
guys have
blueberries?
blueberries, yep.
Oh, they were? Oh.
You guys got us
No, but
blueberries?
we have a ton of blackberries that just line our whole property. So
nice.
It's
Not
epic.
sure what
So
the apples are going to turn into.
yeah, the crab apples right now are pretty small, but I mean, they got all summer to grow. They're a fall harvest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those attract deer too. I don't know if you hunt or
He doesn't.
just sightsee nature.
Well, they're pretty to look at
nature.
anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. So Brandy Hip said, I'd like to move closer to you guys tomorrow. I want to stay and see. You got to do what makes mama happy, but I think you guys would be really happy here, Brandy. For me, I worry about your career coming down here. You know, one, it's cheaper than Texas. Two, you know, but it pays less than Texas is also as well, depending on the job that you're going into. So, you know, love to have you here though. Love to have you here. Maybe a town engineer. I have no idea. I'm not trying to grow a town. I'm trying to like test the sample and see. I got 3 massive hills on my property. The the sanctuary is going on hill 1, which has the 360 mountain views. The house is going on hill 2, which has the second best views, and then the bunk room building slash birthing building slash barracks is going to go on hill 3.
How's that?
Right
A
on.
lot.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got a lot of stuff. Well, thanks you guys for calling in. You guys are awesome. You better be my
Go to
neighbor
bed,
soon.
Scott.
Oh man, did you hear that?
We'll see you soon.
Nighty night.
I'm gonna be. I fell asleep earlier. I'm gonna be up until 4 a.m. I'm gonna text you guys all night, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, I just want him to go to bed."
Thanks for the heads up. We'll do the do not disturb.
Have a good night, Scott. I miss you, brother.
Take care.
Take care,
Bye.
man. Bye. So that is a rekindled relationship from Scott and I went to 10th grade together, and that's where we became great friends.
They
And
were
then
the ones that we crossed paths with on 81
by accident,
while
no
we were on our
plan,
first
whatever.
scouting trip to Tennessee.
We're on our way to
They're
Gatlinburg
the
because that's where
RVers.
everyone goes. And he had started watching the podcast, and I haven't spoken to him in 20, 30 years, something like that. And our vehicle was wrapped in all Trident Shield gear, which is what this shirt is right here, which is our security active shooter training consulting company, which is going really well right now. By the way, thank you for your prayers. And we're driving down 81, and I get a call on my phone, and it's Scott, and he's like, "Hey, are you driving a black Suburban full of Trident Shield stuff?" Or actually, it might have been Jen.
I can't remember.
And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "We're 2 cars behind you, 3 cars behind you." And we hooked up. We ended up going to Gatlinburg together, having a great weekend. And they've just been an awesome, awesome set of friends that we can't wait to spend more time with. So.
All right. Anyone else? Our going once, going twice. We need to give you a little bit more time, I guess.
We need to give you more time here. By the
Accommodate
time
the
this
lag.
song, who else wants to call in?
Is everyone ready?
You've got a minute 30.
Minute 30. A long time.
I know who I am. I'm a slave that dude disguised as another dude.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
Who's calling in?
Prepare to die. Why so serious?
I could crush you like a worm.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Oh, man. All right. Lauren, take us home.
This is a lingering cold, man.
It's the COVID. You got the
It's the
COVID?
COVID. No, I mean, it's been congestion and it settled in my throat. I
got
don't
that?
usually lose my voice, but this one's okay. Okay. Should I pick up where I left off?
No, you got to start all over.
All right. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this extended time of fellowship on this Friday evening. We are so blessed by everyone's presence, new and old, and we are just humbled by their friendship and their faithfulness to our lives. And we hope that they sense that we are sending that back to them, even if it's just through the internet. We are so grateful, and we are grateful to you to bringing us all together. And Lord, thank you for the bountiful good news this week and the encouragement of seeing people step up bravely to fight the injustice that's going on in our country. And we just pray that that reaches others who will then be encouraged to do the same in their areas and reinforce that message that we will not take this any longer. And we want to turn this country back to you and just devote all of our time and our effort and our children's lives to you, Lord, and just that we want to bring our eyes back to you. And please bless everyone's weekends with health and safety and happiness. And thank you always for your faithfulness. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. Thank you, everyone. We love you so much. Have a
Good night.
great weekend.